No, absolutely, and that's what I'm saying. It's just so silly. It's silly and immature for us to sit around talking about, oh, you shouldn't even go talk to them.
Right,
You know, I mean, you want people to hear your point, and
right.
you over here asking people for something. I mean, let's be real. We asking for reparations. We asking for all these benefits and things of that nature. And I
And we
mean,
won't even
you know,
sit down and
and
have a civil
we
conversation to
won't even
get them.
converse with them. I mean, it's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah,
You
yeah. We
got to
won't.
build. You got to build a coalition.
You got to build a coalition. You
If
can't bully
you
people to
do what you
do.
want done.
You cannot bully people to get things done. And you and I, the oldest on here, other than my now, how long did it take us to learn that, bro? Come on, just keep it 100. That's not. We talking from wisdom now, right? We didn't know that. We didn't know that, Carl. Come on, Carl. Can you talk to? We didn't know that initially, right?
Absolutely. But I caught on very quick and I realized because most of our people vote a certain way, being a lone ranger in the political party, I was not going to get nothing done.
You wasn't gonna get nothing done. Exactly. Exactly. Unless you and then in the military, we're taught diplomacy. Okay. Being rising up the ranks of E7, going to military schooling and everything, and critical thinking. Okay. How do we move forward without getting tripped up? You have conversation. You have dialogue, but we're not talking about the type of dialogue that I experience on this X Spaces. That this is not dialogue when you're calling one another names. Okay, you're shouting and hollering at one another. That's not dialogue. That's not dialogue. Okay, effective communication is where you sit down and you hear what someone else is saying, okay, and you give them back your point of view or what you're saying, and you do not have to agree, but I do say you must understand both sides. You must seek that the person get to understand you, hear you, feel you. Exactly what happened with Eugene. I stayed with it until I got him to what? Understand my position.
No, me, Sean, I'm going to beat you in submission with my words.
He thought he was going to write. He thought he was in the funny. We've been knowing one another for quite a long time. And he was so hurt that I was talking about Charlie Kirk the way I was, and I was not feeling and what he I know. I mean, brother, he hurt my heart, be short. I can't believe I know him. I said, Eugene, I see you were very emotionally attached to this guy and everything. I said, I'm sorry that you feel that way, brother, but I'm gonna explain something to you. Yeah, I mean, I understand. There's some things about Kirk that I do agree with. Something I said, but here's what, and this one I got him with this one too. I said, this is one thing I have to stand on, bro. I said, just like the Jews attacked Michael Jackson about using all the language about their culture and everything in his song, and they thought that was important. At some point, culturally, we got to get our respect. Okay, we ain't got no reparation, we ain't got nothing else. But damn it, we can get our respect. Okay, and this point, we're gonna have to stand on getting our respect. Our respect. You don't talk about Martin Luther King. You don't talk about our men. You don't talk about our women. You don't do it in the manner that he did it. And then you telling me to look another eye and going to say, you misunderstood the context. You didn't listen to the whole thing. I'm like, look at here, dude. How much of it I need to listen to understand that he said something that just wasn't cool. Okay,
Yeah,
just wasn't
I didn't
cool.
hear that one that he said about MLK. And I will admit that there is plenty of stuff that, because of sound bites and video edits, was taken out of context, and as I've heard the whole thing, it made a little more sense. But I don't know how you can justify saying anything damaging about MLK other than that, he, had some, extra poon poon on the side from
Yeah,
time to
yeah,
time. We
yeah.
all know that.
But yeah. You don't mess with our icon. I don't give a flip. I'm gonna check you on that nonsense, okay? And and I had another person just today said to me that one of the reasons they have a problem because it's the way that he said about the black women, okay? He went out his way, named three to four black women, and went out of his way to talk about, as if their education, the way that they rose up and everything, they had to be given DEI. It ain't impossible for them to have gone to school and rose up to be intelligent. I mean, Michelle Obama, a lawyer, and all the things. There's no way she got to the level that she was without some DEI. Okay, it was just no, dude. You are that you over no that no. It was just a little bit
This
over the top.
this is the part that got me followers. He did not say they took a qualified person's position. He
Right,
said they took a white
white
person's
person.
position.
Yep. Yep. That was that
Come
was
on
that was
now. Come
really
on.
messed up.
That was he didn't say a qualified person. Exactly. That was the conversation I had today. I said, if you're not going, if he would have said, oh, they interfered with a qualified person, like then I may not been so okay. No, he said they took a white person position. Hold up here, dude. So what are you saying? Okay. You you see what I'm saying? That's where I'm
Because
saying.
it could have been an Indian person or an Asian person's position, but specifically,
Right.
as,
Exactly.
and that's where white supremacy. I mean, I get it and understand that there is a certain ideology with white supremacy that says we are superior. It's not that I hate
Right.
you. It's not that I hate all the other races. It's
It's
just
just that
that
we think
I believe we are the purest and the bestest. That's white supremacy.
Hey, go ahead, Mr. Miles.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's going on,
It's
Joe?
going on, man. How you doing today, man? Speak to the title. What you want to say?
I'm about to speak to the title right quick. I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to get there. I'm slow. I'm slow, man. I'm slow. Bear with me, man. Charge it to my. Don't charge it to my heart, right?
Right.
Yeah. Okay. All right. How do we move forward without getting tripped up? Okay. When you said something about very profound, you was talking about wisdom.
Right.
But one of my ministers, he said this one Wednesday night Bible study message about 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago. He said this statement right here, and I'm gonna leave this one. I'm gonna land
Are
my
you gonna
plane.
drop it? You gonna drop the mic? You
Yep,
you
yep,
about
my
to
drop.
drop a mic message here? Okay,
Yep.
come on.
Here we go. Knowledge is transferable, but wisdom is not transferable. Wisdom, only way you can get wisdom, you're gonna have to go through. So you have to take the knowledge that's transferable and use that and go through. It's like with your book. You got to get your book. People got to get your book. What you have, one of your I was telling my youngest son, I took him to Books a Million 2 days ago to try to look at your book, your second book right there. I wanted to show it to him. So we went in there and talked to the man inside. And I was telling him about your book. They said your book was sold out, both of them. But your other one sort of came in today. I didn't go up there today. But anyway, I was
That's
trying to
good
get him.
news to hear. Look
Yeah,
at
I was
that.
trying to.
Hey, you dropping information over it. The book is sell it out.
Yeah. That was sold out at Books a Million right there. Okay, so when I told him to look up your book, I Ain't Your Black America, right? I said it just like how Joe got it on his page right there, right? And he said I can't find it, and I didn't say it the way that you wrote it. So it came up the way I'm not your Black America, right? I'm just trying to tell you. So the other Caucasian brother that was in there, he said to me, he said, "Wow." I showed him Joe page right there, how Joe got it, because he said, "No, that ain't how they got it." I said, "Well," he said, "I like it the way on this page than how they got it on the book." I just wanted to share that with you. So I'm going
Yeah.
back to, do you understand what I just said? He said he
Yeah,
like it.
I got you.
He like it better. I ain't instead of I'm not. So
Yeah.
that was a white Caucasian brother. Okay. So you have to, for wisdom, you have to go through your acronym. You have for that is work. So tell them what your acronym or work is. I'll land my
Yeah,
plane right there.
no problem. Yeah, he leaning to the book. For all of you who did not know, the reason why we here is because it's a spinoff from my book. Okay, the title of my book is "I Am Not Your Black, comma America," and so we created this podcast. Okay, I Ain't Your Black, and Joe. Matter of fact, Joe, go ahead and give it to him. Go get. I love the way Joe do it. Go ahead
Well,
and give it to him.
your book is "I'm Not Your Black America," right?
Yes.
Okay, so it's I'm not, or it's not I am not, it's I'm not your Black America. And it's important because, again, you have to notice the comma. You can't be one of these emotional people that just jump to conclusions as soon as you see something, hear something. You know what I mean? Because that's what a lot of us do. We're very passionate, emotional people, and a lot of times it's to our detriment, and it's been to our detriment as a
For a
collective,
very long time.
especially as of late.
As of
Over the
lately,
last
yes.
10 years, it's absolutely been to our detriment. So when you read that title, "I'm Not Your Black, comma America," there's two very important things. Number one, the comma, because now you dictate who you're talking to. And the word you're dictating something else when you say your. That's
Who
a
you talking
very
to?
important part. Exactly. What you're talking about. I'm not
Right.
your. And then who's the your? After the comma, it tells you who the your is. America. So people, you have to sit, and you can't just spit things out that come off the top of your head, because after a while, when explanations are out there, you start to look stupid. But again, this is the I Ain't Your Black show. This is a podcast that offers healing insights and epiphanies, discussing and reviewing everything others are afraid to talk about. It's all about what is right for us. I ain't your new black. I ain't your old black. I ain't your future black. America, I ain't your black. And now it is yours truly, Mr. Just Ask Joe, and Uncle Me, Sean. We got our brother from another mother as host as well, Brother Carl Wagner. Again, we're here every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 7 p.m. Make sure you check us out on all other social media platforms. It's being streamed live right now to YouTube as we speak. So if you ever miss us, you can always check us out there as well. But with that in mind, again, the title of today's show is "How do we move forward without getting tripped up?" So with that in mind, folks, again, I think all of us here can admit that we as a people, even MLK admitted it not too long before he was killed. I believe I've led my people to a burning building, right? So even he admitted, we might have got tripped up a little bit. They bamboozled us once again. Because while we was over here fighting, we should have been fighting for the money. In my opinion, we should have been going after land. We should have been going after the money. We should have been focusing on that. They kept us at bay with voting rights, right?
Instead of money, they switched it up and got programs.
Yep. Here you go. We're gonna help you out. Here's some programs. And I mean, Lyndon B. Johnson, right? During the Depression, he helped out black folk, even though we were still dealing with some of the races of the races going on. But he helped out black folk. But they did that as a way to say, "Come on, stay on this side, stay on the plantation, stay on the plantation." We didn't got you over here. Barry Goldwater done helped us out earlier on. Presidential candidate elect, another Jew that came through to help push black folk from the Republican Party back on over to the plantation where they started.
You got they got all those programs for us. We didn't
They
get
got their slaves back.
Yeah, they got that sad. We didn't get no monetary, nothing in our hand. Okay, nothing like that. No. We got caught up and we got programs, and we got more programs. Come on now. Yeah, I don't mean.
And then after the programs, we got programmed.
We got programs, and W.E. Du Bois Group, the Town of the Tent. They got those managerial jobs, them midsection jobs, and they were happy.
Yep. And then we got that. We gonna move by white people and go to school with them and everything. If we go to school with them, somehow, some way, we gonna get smart like them, and they gonna treat us right. Okay, we got right. We got caught up with that. Totally sidetracked from what a capitalist society is all about. What Martin Luther King figured out. We got to go to America and get our what? Check. Where is our birthrights, our birthplace, in the word that I use, inheritance. We got to go get our inheritance. And where do our inheritance come from? From those who already came previous. But I'm going to do, since my brother John Yah is here, I'm going to say another. Your inheritance is already here. You don't have to wait for Uncle Sam to do any darn thing for you. The system, the system is already in your favor. You got to tap into it. John, y'all say it all the time. You got the frequency is there, but we have allowed the noise to get you out of frequency of your success. This brother, this brother got connected to the frequency and got himself two times released from a burden of being in prison 20 and 7 years, two times. Not one time. This is what not one time, Joe. Two times. Okay. Two times.
Yeah. We're gonna wrap that up because he's got a book coming out, so we're gonna leave that part alone. Yeah.
But I'm proud to know that we know other people that understand getting connected to the frequency can get you your inheritance. Okay, go ahead, Queen B.
Hey, good evening. Ancient Black, Carl, and wait a minute, hold up, because I can't see real good on this. Anyway, they're calling you Michon. Anyway, Michon. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I've enjoyed speaking to you in some of the other spaces. So yeah. So how do we move forward without getting tripped up? Now, when we say we, are we speaking as Americans or Blacks? Or it doesn't matter.
We talking about us, okay? We talking
about us, and notice it's a capital W-E, so it's specific.
Okay, all righty. So what I would say the best way we can move forward without getting tripped up is to become politically engaged. I think after civil rights and a lot of the strides that I would say, like the boomers, I'm a Gen Xer, I'm 60, so I'm right there at that cusp. I think what happened with the boomers, and I feel I can speak to this, not being a boomer, but I talked to my mother about this a lot. I think that once after, I'd say post-integration, right? And seems like that we had different priorities. The priority was about, the equal and being able to go to school and do all of those things and get those privileges that we felt were so much better coming from the white race and mixing with them. And I think that was what the priority was at the time. And so, but, like I always say, I think there was a big trick, when you talk about that burning building, there was a big trick there.
Trick bag. I like go ahead and say it was a trick bag.
Right, trick bag, with that Civil Rights Act. And then it's like, okay, so we're going to do this for you all, but now we're going to let all these other people in here, and now you got to compete against them. So, So I think, and then we just weren't really getting politically engaged, or we didn't stay engaged the way we should have. And I don't like to go calling people out or anything like that, but I would just say that history kind of leads me to conclude that we had some boule in there, that kind of thing. And it was just about, oh yeah, we're still just trying to get along with these people because some of us have made it. I know the boomers have done well in retirement. Many of them have done financially well. And so looking at Gen Xers and these next generations is like, we just stopped fighting somewhere. And we have not been politically engaged. And so now we're looking up, and when we do see a Black face, representing us, we come to find out it's not really us. Come to find out it's an immigrant, So it's like, and then these folks come over, and they know exactly what they do. They come over to this country, and the first thing they do is get politically involved. They run for office. They get involved in the local politics, and they advocate for their people. And we have been
perpetrating us, though. Perpetrating us.
Exactly. Well, yeah, exactly.
Well, no,
and then
no,
let me finish.
Go ahead, but no. I'm in agreement with you.
Okay,
but
let me just
to Uncle Me, no, they're not perpetrating us all the time.
Exactly. Well, what I'm trying to say is that I thought for a long time we thought that they were us, but then we kind of look at the agenda, and I think it's taken, at least, and again, I'm speaking out of my own lens, that it's taken these millennials and some of these Gen Zers to kind of bring that to my attention. Like, hey, look at what we're discovering. And so now I'm kind of like, okay, yeah, that does make sense about, what's going on with us right now, because now we are competing against all of these other people who seem to know how to play that game. And so because we continue to vote for the Democrats, and I think mainly out of loyalty, we can't just all get on the same page, because we still got a big chunk of them that we're just not coming together and seeing eye to eye, because you got those people who were saying, yeah, it's the programs, we need them, and we're dependent on them, because if so-and-so gets in, they're going to cut it and take it away from us. So we know that there's political games and things like that they play as well. Then on the Republican side, I like I said, I am a Republican. I have just feel more like I don't really belong with them more times than not, because it really, with both of these agendas, with this duopoly, it's sort of like you have to fit in there. You got to fit in either one of these boxes. And if you don't fit in these boxes, the Republicans will accuse you of being a Democrat. Democrats, will come back and they will argue, well, you don't, what I'm saying? So I feel like I'm politically
homeless. For you on that. Yeah,
I feel like okay, well, yeah, I feel like I'm politically homeless. But anyway, just to kind of go back to the title, I really feel like I think we've been asleep at the wheel for a long time, and now we have to get politically engaged. There's a lot of stuff going on our local level, and we don't tap into it. We know that there's federal money, there's things that come down to that local level, and we just have not been engaged. So I think what we need to do is we need to start getting politically engaged, start being involved, knowing what's going on, because I think some of us think like we have to be in Washington to make the change, but I think it's the local politics is where we need to start and become engaged there. So I'll land for now. Thank you.
Very good. Very good.
Great submission.
Great submission. Great submission. Before I say anything, I want Carl to come in there, because you said something, and Carl is probably the best person I've heard when they're using that word minority. So when we started moving and everything, we got caught up in the trip back. Go ahead and explain that, Carl, how that word minority just got us in the trip back.
Let me preface this with this. One of my favorite guys is named Walter E. Williams. He's an economist. He passed a few years ago, but he was basically a libertarian. But what he said was that, like others say, there was no need of a Civil Rights Act of 1964. All they had to do is put in a law that the Constitution applies to all United States citizens, point blank. And then did the enforcement, make sure that the enforcement was taking place. But anyway, since they did do a Civil Rights Act of 1964, the legislation itself was okay. It was the compliance. It was a regulatory the compliance people inserted a new status of people called minority. Just like DEI, just like affirmative action, the first trick bag was this new status called minority. We allowed ourselves to lose and abandon the freedman status, and we allowed them to put in a new status of people called minority, white women, Asians, Hispanic, and now lately LGBT, whatever that alphabet is, they are considered as minority. Therefore, the trick bag, we, again, just like all other programs, we are the face of the programs and benefit the least. And I land there.
Yep, absolutely. That was a big trick bag. And one of the things I've noticed, because I'm an HR professional and I've been in HR for
hold on. Because we do make sure that everybody raises hands and stuff
oh,
like
okay.
that.
I'm sorry. I don't see any other
You can
hands.
go ahead because there isn't any other hands. But I
Okay.
just want to make sure that everybody knows that when you want to speak, just raise your hand.
Okay.
Go
Thank
ahead,
you.
sis.
Yeah, I was just going to say, yeah, I'm in HR and I've been in HR for over 30 years. And so I've seen a lot, and even when, you know, it wasn't really about affirmative action, but a lot of the companies started, you know, bringing in these DEI, or it was really just diversity. It wasn't equity, inclusion wasn't even included on there when this thing first started. And it was basically about, we want to make sure that you get the best out of your people. It was more about training and understanding. So people who were leaders, it was like, okay, let's learn about cultural competency. Let's find out what, you know, how we can build high performing teams, right? That's what it was about when it first started. And what I've seen over the years, because now I'm in higher ed, it just really has just gotten more and more ridiculous, because they did started opening up that umbrella, and then they started expanding it and making it more about, you know, about the alphabets than it was about the other things. Now, I know that at some of these places, like the institution where I'm employed, is our DEI programs were never about, you know, hiring people who unqualified, but it was more about, you know, ensuring that everybody had an equal opportunity when it comes to training, or you cast your net a little wider. So whereas you might have stopped putting your ad, you put your ad on Monster or something, but then instead you would just make sure you extended that out to some HBCUs, so that you would net a broader group of people who were qualified. So I'm not sure where the abuses came and where this whole, you know, the whole thing has came now, where that's just poison, but that's neither here nor there. But I would say, yes, absolutely. Yeah, the minority trick bag is really what got us. And the fact that they've brought that up now, and then they've added this intersectionality and all this other kind of stuff to it. So yeah, and it's very confusing, and most people don't know what it is. And let me tell you something, being in HR, you know, and it's like, wait a minute, how many genders do we have now? So anyway, yeah, and that's, to me, pretty much taken over what used to just be. It's just about building high performing teams. But again, I think what we need to do is just become politically engaged. In fact, I think we don't have any other choice. It's either that, or we are, I guess, as a group of people, if we're going to move in that block, we're going to be right where we are, in the worst position, because they've already showed us that they care more about these people who came to this country illegally than they do about us as being citizens. It's taxation without representation for us. And we have got to be more engaged. I'll land for now. Thank you.
Hey, Carl, I see you got your hand up, and I'm wondering if you're going to go in the direction I was about to add to that conversation. But go ahead, Carl.
Yeah, I was going to add this. What's going to happen when they dismantle minority? Our people, we need to be forward thinking. What happens if they dismantle minority, like they're dismantling DEI, like they're dismantling affirmative action? What if they dismantle minority? What course of action are we going to take? How are we going to move? How are we going to navigate? Go back to the freedman status for our people. We have shared experience. We have a shared status of freedmen in this country. In order to advocate for our people, it cannot be on race, it cannot be on color, it has to be based upon your status. Your lineage must tie to a status, tied to the freedman status, just like minority, just like veteran, just like disabled, just like immigration. All those are statuses. And the federal government, state government funds money or resources to those particular status. Our people, we must be forward thinking. We must we must get ahead of the game and not be reactionary. Let me say this with Queen Bee. I do understand that now, the past 10, 15 years, we looked up and see that immigrants are taking political office. But before that, we had our own people in those offices and doing nothing. I land there.
And Carl, thank you. And you stopped at the good place, because I want to add to this. You know, when we talk about we need to move forward, we need to be thinking like playing a game of chess or playing a game of it. We have already seen what has not worked for us. The color construct, I'm just telling you, does not work for us. Okay, it only works for the people who implement it and put it into place. So the only way that we beat them at their game, and that's what my whole book was all about. I'm not your black America, meaning I recognize and see you. I no longer want to be that black that you think you putting me on a square and you're just going to manipulate me to do whatever it is you think. I'm done with that. I'm not. I'm way more astute than that, than those who came before me. So the freedman status is so empowered, and I didn't even, I'm going to keep it 100. 6 months ago, okay, I didn't know anything. I've been going around. I'm ADOS. I was going around. He called myself American Descendants of Slave, ADS, because that's what I was rolling on. I was strong with. And then I came along and got caught up on this app, X-Space, and met some people and I heard about the Freedmen Bureau. I didn't know anything about it. I was very ignorant of it. Notice, and I get people get offended when somebody call you ignorant. Ignorant is not an ugly thing. Ignorant means you lack the knowledge to be able to what? Converse or what? Make decisions on things that you do not know about. I didn't call you stupid. I called you ignorant. And ignorant is a different thing. Ignorant. And so I was ignorant on the concept of freeman, what it all meant. When I became knowledgeable that the freeman, the terminology freeman is already a government sanctioned ideology point of view. It was already sanctioned by the government, by Lincoln. Already there. The terminology was a given terminology already there. When he was assassinated, and I tell people now, had Lincoln never been assassinated, even though we all know he didn't want to come between the rights of the South having slaves, but he was more interested in what? Creating the United States, to create the fact that we needed to have a united force because there were outside governments, outside entities that we needed to protect ourselves, and we needed to be one as the United States. So the terminology, but he had the Democrats, the South, who was his vice president. We all know they had him killed. Let's don't sugarcoat that. Don't let
And people don't even talk about that as much, bro.
I know they don't talk about that.
His VP was a
His
Democrat.
VP
He was trying to reach across the aisle and have a bipartisan cabinet, and next thing you know, it bit him in the ass.
It bit him in the ass. Exactly. That VP, and nobody talks about it. How do we get here? This is why I always say the Bible gives us prerequisite how. In the beginnings, we have to be careful by understanding How did we get here? And I'm looking forward with my debate with Ludwig this Sunday, because he doesn't even understand what I'm going to whip his butt based on understanding. I know our beginnings. You don't get to come into this country and attack us when you don't even know our beginnings. How did we get here? We got here through the trick bag. Abraham was assassinated.
There were. I just watched something the other day, bro. It was about 1,200 plus land titles
Yeah.
that they found that were given to us folk.
Yes.
It needed the Congress to ratify it, but land titles that were given, most of them took plots on the plantations that they were working on, once working on, but land titles that were given, and they had these for a roughly 100 days or so, or a year, something like that. And as soon as Lincoln was killed,
all that went away.
All was rolled back. They did this on purpose. And they're talking about land that's sitting on waterfronts right now that are worth millions of dollars right now.
Right now.
That same land.
Same land that our ancestors were, same land.
So
okay.
The idea that we go back to the same ridiculous party that done us in is beyond me. Oh, well, I had somebody tell me, well, we all was with Sleepy Joe, we all was mad at the crime and stuff that was happening in the 90s. So, him writing that crime bill wasn't a big deal, because we all didn't want the crime, bro. So now you're just making excuses for your buffoonery.
Yeah. So I like to always let people that we had a beginning to how we got here, and had Lincoln lived out his full term of presidency, the proper terminology for us culturally would never have been Negro, Black, or African American, or all the terminologies that we've been suffering with. That's the rabbit hole that we were sent down. The terminology would have been freedmen. So if you've not heard it before, there's a website you can go to, freemannation.org, freemannation.org, and you can start looking into that, and you can go and trace your genealogy and get into the trust. And maybe before we get out of here, we'll talk to you more about what that is. What's up, Queen B? You wanna jump? I see your hand up.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I guess my network of people on X pretty much know about the history of this country. I think when we talk about educating people and giving them the knowledge, this is where we have to come off the app, and there's lots of opportunity to be able to do that. So yeah, I think, people are very ignorant about that freedman status. I know when I did my genealogy, and I was able to find, on both sides, my mom and my dad's side, I was able to find all kinds of paperwork. So I'm a proud descendant of freedmen, and I claim that in a heartbeat.
Are you verified? Are you verified?
Now that's where I would need more information.
Let me
hold
tell
up,
you.
hold up, because I know that Arthur Watkins got some stuff going on, but I'm not sure. This is where somebody would have to give me a little bit more information, or Arthur would.
No.
Yeah. But
I'm glad.
I don't know enough about that for me to do that. I don't know.
Well, you got two of us here who are verified, and we got one that's we got two others that's working on it. But I'm not only verified, I am also an admin of the movement. And I want you to be aware, okay, that when I did not know anything about the freedman status at all. But I knew enough about what a trust is, okay? I knew what a trust is. So when I heard them talking about creating a freedman trust, that's what rose my ears up. And so I talked to Walter personally for myself. So I'm a very,
Who's
very
Walter?
author. I'm a author. I'm a very analytical, and I'm also financial service and everything. So when I talk to him privately by myself, I learned what the strategy was and what he was doing. I can tell you now, I've already helped multiple people, and I want you to hear me what I'm about to say. I will not tell no one to do something that I myself have not done what? My own due diligence. And secondly, that I have not done.
I'm
You
sorry,
fell off, me,
Sean. I
Sean.
can't. Yeah, I couldn't hear what he said.
Yeah, you fell off. We don't hear you. But Carl, can
Got
you speak?
copies of you gotta find
Hey,
the 18 anyone
you know,
born
you
after
fell off, right?
1870. Oh, you okay? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you fell off for about 20 seconds, roughly.
Okay. Anyone who's born after 1870, AI is our friend now, okay? So you go on through the freeman.org, okay? You find your genealogy, you go there and you got to find the census bureau that says that you found your ancestors that were born after 1870. If they are born
Or
after
is it born before or born after?
before, yeah, excuse me,
Yeah, born
thank you. So
before, and
see,
I
Born
think is it
before
1867? Because
no,
I was just on there.
1870.
Okay,
That's when they would have been on the census
yeah,
without
yeah,
being
okay.
property.
1870. If you find any one of your ancestors born before 1870, you are a free man. Period. Okay. And so
And
through the Freedmen through freemannation.org, you got to get a copy of that. You got to get your tree from you all the way up to whoever you found that's in your lineage. Once you get both of those, you get a copy of that, a download of that. Then you take that and you upgrade it to get verified in freemannation.org to get verified. And once you put that all in, boom, they will verify you and your name is in the trust. Now, Carl, you want to explain what the trust is to her?
Uh,
and
um, um, um,
let me just say this real quick. It's nothing that can hurt you by doing this. So even if you thought, man, I don't know if that's gonna work. Well, who cares? Just do it anyway. Because what if it does work? Go ahead, Carl.
let me say this part. I'm going to leave you with the trust part.
Okay.
We have the NAACP that does nothing. We have the Urban League does nothing. We have all these legacy organizations.
Does nothing.
What attracts me to the Freeman Nation is we have an infrastructure that's being built by us. It's grassroots. It's being built by us. The trust is not dealing with the government. That's a different avenue. The trust is dealing with institutions, organizations, so forth and so on that have benefited from our ancestors' labor. That is what the trust is going after. It's not dealing with the government, the federal government. That's a different issue. So, there's three things that Freeman Nation does. Number one, verifies you as a freedman. Number two, it has a legal arm. It has a legal arm going after people that are disparaging freedmen and so forth and so on. And then it has the trust. Once institutions, organizations, universities contribute and donate to the trust, then the beneficiaries, how many that are in there, will receive from from the donations of those beneficiaries. I mean, from those donors. But anyway, that's what attracts me to the Freedman Nation. It has nothing to do with my political advocacy and so forth and so on. It's a different organization, and it's
that we own.
it's an infrastructure that we are building to protect our people. And I land there.
Absolutely. So I'm very excited about that.
You know,
And
I didn't even think that I was going to be able to do it because my family on my dad's side is from Jamaica. So I can't remember in the beginning when you
I
were
know
talking about
you
I
kind of
canceled
shot it
myself
off.
out.
You knocked yourself out. Yeah.
I canceled myself out, and then I thought about, hold on. I mean, me and my brothers were all born here, and my mom, her whole side of the family is born here, and I can show you some black and white pictures where they look like some straight up Indians. So I'm just
So
like, okay, hold up.
okay, so let me ask the question. So are you a descendant of a former slave? Or are you just looking at, there's an ancestor here at 1870? Well, I guess I'm not asking the same thing.
No, you're not
Because
asking the same thing.
yeah, I'm not. So yeah, because I guess that threw me off a little bit when he said he was Jamaican.
Yeah. But
My
his
family, my father's side, from my father up, is Jamaican.
Okay, but your mom's side is not.
My mom's side is all here. They met,
Okay. Yeah, okay. Sorry, you threw me for a second. So I was like, hold up.
Yeah, well, I mean, because I wouldn't be able to
'Cause
do
we want
that's
you
what
to
anything
he
be
threw
able
if
to,
himself.
she
yeah, we want to
wasn't,
come from
you
that
know.
lineage. Yeah.
Yeah, you want to come from that lineage, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly. So I'm
Yeah.
just saying,
American
like, I
freedmen.
cancel myself out
Yeah,
because
initially
of
he
what I
counted.
thought.
And did you notice, Joe? You know, I want you to be aware of something that I did not do. I allowed you to figure it out because what I have learned, I knew that I was going to stay in your ear. What I have learned when it comes to us, hear me what I'm going to say to you all. It is best to keep giving us information and allow it individual or find it on their own. Okay. Let the spirit, I stop trying to tell people I'm God. I ain't God. I'm only a seed, okay? I'm just a seed passing on what I know.
You Messiah.
Hey, stop it. I'm just a seed passing on what God has for me. And what I have learned is never overplay my hand. Allow God to do what God do at their time. Y'all don't know how many times I have helped more people by not pushing my agenda. Ooh, Lord, God, please hear me, Lord. God, just give them the seed and believe that the sunshine, the rain, and the Spirit of God would trickle down on them. Doing what? At what time? Their time. Do you understand? It is much more powerful when people find it at what? Their time. Do you understand that? I
We
have
got you.
I have learned to stop getting in the way of what God has for other people by me pushing my agenda. Stop it, okay? And I got a person on here who I'm so proud that I didn't push it. He paid attention. He did it on his time. He was paying attention. I got multiple other people who doing it too. Without they said, I have gotten more people, Carl, that has came aboard that has been listening to me. Ain't said nothing to me, okay? That has been doing it and has made contact with me once they became verified in the system. I heard you. I'm like, all right. That's what I mean.
Check it out, me, Sean. The Freedman Nation costs you nothing.
Nothing.
It costs you nothing. All these other organizations, they want you to pay a membership. They want you to pay a fee. They want you to do this. The Freedman Nation costs you nothing to become verified as a freedman. I'll land there.
Go ahead, Queen B.
Yeah, so I will definitely do some more research. I'll look at the website, but just a quick question though. So it does make sense to put a tree in. So let's say sort of like I have a brother, right? And I have a son. So could I do it for them? Like if I go in
No.
and put, everybody has
Nope.
to do their own. So that means there's an
Yes.
age
No,
restriction.
you cannot do it for them.
Hey, can I speak on this?
Okay. So
Can I
that
speak
means
on
that
this?
is there an age restriction? Because you don't just want anybody. You don't want like a 12-year-old
You
going in
once you do it, it's easier for them to do it.
There
'cause
you
in.
go. That's what I was
Yeah.
gonna say.
Yeah,
Yep.
once
Okay.
you do it, it's easy, but you
Okay.
cannot do it for them. They got to do
Because it
Okay.
doesn't it asks for the freedmen
Yeah,
it
they want
asks
to
if
know
you
if,
have a person who is verified.
right.
So it makes it
Okay.
easier once one of y'all in the lineage does it. Then everybody
Okay.
gets to
Yeah.
fall in.
Because I'm the one that has all the information for
Yeah,
everybody
yeah.
else.
So yeah.
Yeah.
You wanna do it and then give them once you and have what are things I have done once since I've done it. And one of the keys that I'm that military in me. Once I did it, it gave me more authority to talk about it because I did it. I did it. It's done. Okay. So
Hey, you
gives,
was strong after you did it, boy.
yo,
You
you know
came
I
right out
was,
the
wasn't
gate. Your chest was out. Your chest was
I have
out.
to admit, at 64 years old, I found my great grandmother, Martha, from Plantation in Georgia. You know how woohoo! I like good googly goo goo. That's my grandma. Okay. Yeah, you definitely had witnessed that, did it? Yeah, I stuck my chest out. I was bragging, like, yay!
And
It's something.
we were sitting there like, man, what is talking about this Freedman thing? What here you go on another rampage about something.
Well, and you know what? It is. It really made me feel a different way. It made me feel
Yes.
like I knew more about myself. And I did because, my mom's family is from Georgia, and Georgia has some pretty good records. And I was able to find like two of my great grandparents, Freedmen's Bureau, all the way, all that information right there.
Listen up.
Freedmen's
The
Bureau.
next time you come to this thing, I want you to say you uploaded your stuff in there, and I want to hear you saying you got verified. God damn it, you got too much of your information. You just sitting over there. The next time you talk to me, I
We're
want
trying
you
to
to
get
have your
invited
stuff.
to the cookout.
Yeah, you got to be. Yeah, we got this cookout. You be able to go to our cookout. Okay.
Okay, it sounds good. Yeah, like I said, it does. It made me feel different after I was able to identify and get that. And then I found it on my dad's side, and I was able, like, I'm able to
you
go
are
back.
good. Oh,
Yeah,
you are
I'm able to go
good and
back.
good. You good and ready.
Yeah,
You are
yeah,
good.
yeah.
You
I
are
can go
good
back
and ready.
pretty far. I found a sharecropping contract for one of my
Wow.
grandparents, and
Wow.
yeah, so I found a lot of information, and yeah.
And you
So
know what? And I'm going to tell you.
You might need to become a certified genealogist and charge a
No.
fee
We're not. He's not playing. They are looking
and
for.
charge a fee.
Yeah, we are. They are. Once you get in, we help you to become a genealogy, so you can help other people, and then you can charge a fee for helping people to find their stuff.
Hey, well, I think we need to get the word out. There's some people here on, on
We know.
X that are really good. Like I said, that's one of the things. Like I haven't gone and verified because there's just a lot of mixed messages.
Well,
So
I will say
I'm one who has to do my own research, look into it,
great.
and all of that. But yeah, you prompted me to do that.
Well, you know what? I seem to have that type of spirit because I have already done that for multiple people who were sitting on the fence. Okay. And once they heard me talking about it and the way that I talk about it, I'm proud to say that I've had multiple people who have looked into it and everything, and they contributed to. I heard you, Uncle Me, Sean, talking about it, and I decided, because one of the things I say, you can call yourself, I don't care what you want to call yourself. You can call yourself a big blue banana. I don't give a flip. Okay. Get verified. Okay. I'm a Negro. Okay, great. Go get verified. I'm FBA. Okay, great. Go get verified. I don't care what you want to call yourself. Go get verified. That's all I care about. Okay. People want to get caught up in, I did Stay loyal to whatever name you want to call yourself. I don't care. Big
But
blue
like you
banana.
said the other day, if you don't get verified, and when it's time to, hand out
They
that
get to
money, well,
popping.
that's more for those who are verified.
And things get popping, and I'm already gonna brag a little bit. I believe, and I can't tell you because I had to call. Hey, Carl. I had news that I had to call. There's something that I'm involved in that's I had to call. I had to call Arthur today and say, Arthur, get ready, Louisville, Kentucky. If what I got going on happen, Louisville, Kentucky may get on the map before anybody else. If what I just got, if tomorrow, I will find out tomorrow or so. If this person get on board, this icon of a person we got in Louisville, Kentucky get on board. Louisville gonna get on. Louisville gonna.
Dr. Cosby?
I'm not. Don't you stop.
No, I used to live in Louisville, so I'm not
going. I don't want to say no name.
I only said his name because I know that he's.
But I ain't talking about him. I ain't talking about him.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
I ain't talking about him.
Just think about it, Nishorn. This is grassroots.
Yes.
Freeman Nation is grassroots. This is ours. This is us. This is not the Jews. This is not the white man.
Right.
This is us. This is us building a infrastructure for our people.
For us and by, what's that? FUBU? For us, by us. This is FUBU all the way, baby. FUBU all the way. For us and by us. Okay. Remember that trademark? Remember that they closing line? Are they still around? For us and by us. This is it. We there. So I'm excited about that. So if this goes down and everything, I think Louisville, Kentucky gonna probably, I've already. This is how serious. I want Joe to know how serious. I've already called Peter Hayes about the press release. Okay, that's how serious this is, Joe. You know Peter. You don't go to Peter to talk about press release unless you serious, right? That's how serious this potential move is. If this person come on board, he's an icon in this city and everything. And if he comes on board and everything, it's going to be a game changer for Louisville, Kentucky. It's going to put us on the map a little bit going into 2026. I will say to you all, and I am going to say, how do we move forward without getting tripped up? I'm going to answer this way. Stay focused. Stay focused. The acronym for focus, follow one course until successful. Follow one course until successful. Okay. How often have we been distracted what God has for us, and we allow sometimes the people close.
We do it all the time. We do it every day. Every time we jump on social media and we dig into all this racist, this, that, and the other, and then it puts an emotion within us, and we get to talking and conversing about it. And instead of talking about how we can be moving forward, we get stuck talking about the past. I get it.
In the past. Yeah.
We know it. We know it's there. We know what happened. It seems like we are some creative people. We have figured out about 50,000 different ways to say the same thing. Talking about the past. About 50,000 different ways. We'll have a debate about it.
The same thing.
I mean, over and over.
Yeah. We can wear a hole into something over and over and talking about it. Look at here. Stop that noise. Hey,
and they know it.
Yeah, and everybody knows that. That's why I like the acronym God. Another one that I share with people is the 9 fruits of the Spirit, Galatians 5:22. I tell people, it's in my book. I tell people, convert the 9 fruits of the Spirit. Convert it. So It says love. Check this out. I know this gotta be God trying to tell us something, but only those who are paying attention. It says Galatians 5:22. It says, love is the greatest of these. Now, when you read that, it says love is the greatest of these. Okay. It was 20 years ago when I was studying and everything, and I'm sitting up, the love is the greatest of these. Love is the greatest of these. Then it was like an epiphany hit me. Converted, turn it upside down. So when I decide to turn the fruits of the spirit upside down, what anybody know the fruits of the spirit? Which one stood up as first next? Anybody know? The fruits of the
On
spirit. When
top,
you
on top will be self-control.
self-control. Man, I like, oh my God. What hinders us the most, people? What gets us in trouble the most? What distracts us the most? Our lack of what? Self-control. When God revealed that to me 20 years ago, you do not, I mean, I just got married. I've been married and I go to my wife 29 years. We was already married and I was going through some things. God revealed to me you suffer because of your lack of self-control. And when you go down each and every one of them, love is at the end, and the title already said, love is the greatest of these. Oh, come on, people. We having church up here. Can we let everybody say, let the church say amen? I'm telling you, God already put it. Love is the greatest of these. So when you start at self-control and you come all the way back down to love, it says love is the greatest of these. So by the time you get to love, woohoo! What's the next two before love? It says uh peace and joy. Okay, those are the two before love. Peace. So once you start coming down, man, y'all can tell I'm getting excited, right? You got peace, and then you have joy, and then you got what? Love. Good God, oh, man, come on, man. Y'all need to put something in my cash app. You know, I just gave y'all a sermon up in here. It's not even Sunday, okay? I hope y'all received that. Okay, that's when I realized the importance of getting our act together. I realized we suffer because of our inability to maintain a focus and self-control. Mm-mm-mm. Anybody else want to speak to that?
Amen.
That was a great insight on the fruit of the spirit. I would like to say this to all my freedmen brothers and sisters who are listening to this recorded space. Every one of us have our own lane to fulfill. We got our own things that we're going to do. Stop hating others who are going a different route than you are going, because we are all have a love for our people. We have a love for our community, and we want the best for our community. Stop hating. Focus, like you said, Mishorn, focus on what God has in your hand. I remembered a story when Moses was before the Red Sea, and the people was grumbling and complaining behind him. And Moses looked to the Lord, and God said, "What do you have in your hand? Stretch it out."
Mm,
To my freemen brothers and sisters, stop hating. What do you have in your hand?
mm.
What God has in store for you. Focus on what you have an assignment from God to do. And I land there.
Well said. Well said. There, you know, uh, it pains me sometimes when I go, and Queen B, you're gonna hear me say this. It pains you because you don't heard me in many of these spaces. I come there trying to be very positive about that, but it pains me sometimes, multiple times, that I hear us backwards and forward, going, repeating the same thing over and over again, about the same thing that don't get you nowhere. You just repeating the same thing over and over and over. And the next thing you do is blaming people. They got a, excuse my friend, got a damn thing to do with your ability to take care of yourself, unless you constantly put them in your what? Put them in your reality. Ugh. Every time you speak something, you're speaking something. You either speaking a destination that you control, or you're speaking giving somebody else control over you. Those are the only two options. I mean, anybody else want to challenge me that? You either speaking, giving control and power to what it is that you're trying to handle and take care, or you're speaking and you're giving somebody else's power and authority over you. How often are we hearing people speaking? Just last week, we were talking to someone. We were on this space here. We're talking, and we kept asking them, what were we trying to tell them? We kept trying to tell them. Okay, they kept trying to put who? The government was their problem. The white man was their problem. They kept telling us, and what did we tell them? Or white supremacy. Oh, that's what it was. Remember that, Carl Joe? Oh, oh, white supremacy. Listen, if you speak white supremacy is your problem, guess what's going to be your problem? White supremacy. Okay, it exists because you're giving power to it. Okay, you're giving power to it. Stop it.
I mean, honestly, in this day and age, at this time, the freedoms that we have, I'm looking at my little brother's in this space right now. He's working on his third truck in his trucking business. He's 12 years younger than me. He's working on his third truck in his trucking business. He's been there more for he's the baby. He's been there more for his older brothers than his older brothers have been there for themselves in some cases. He's been there the most that any one of us have been there for each other. And this man's working on his third truck. When our mother died and he went through dealing with drugs because he was so heartbroken. My mother died in 2015 at 59. He went through a bout with drugs, right? And you know how he got off the drugs? Simply by making a decision himself. He didn't go to no program. He didn't do none of that. And we ain't talking about just weed. He ain't go to no programs. No, he made a decision. See, everybody has the ability within them to make decisions, to turn in any direction that you so choose. We all have that capability. I'm not going to say it's easy, because it's not. We know that. And I'm not going to say that some people don't need the programs in order to get themselves straight. I know plenty of people that have used the programs and they done got themselves together. Yeah. But I'm just saying, you have it within you, the capability and the power. You can't throw a fist up in church or crying in church or anything like that. Talk about great God, this, that, and the other, and then come out here in these streets and you limit God. You can't do that. You limit God every time you sit there and point the finger and say the white man this, the white man that, supremacy this, supremacy that. We understand how we got here. We know how the structure's put together. Everybody knows that. You keep speaking the same old news. But let's talk about that power that you got within you to move you forward. Let's talk about that. That's the conversation I want to have.
Go ahead, Miss Queen B.
Yeah, I would just add to what you all are saying one thing about this particular app, which I'm sure you all know this yourself. So you're speaking into an echo chamber.
Mm,
So what would we expect if we're in the same echo chambers every day? Now, what I have found, being involved in these Twitter spaces, I've been involved in these Twitter spaces. There's certain groups that I tend to lean towards, but I work all day, so I can't sit on here all day. I can't sit here and listen all day. But I think what is going on this app is not what's going on outside. So there's two different worlds. So when in my daily walks of life, I don't hear that type of language. I don't hear about white supremacy and all that kind of stuff outside. I just don't hear it, you know. So I've come to I'm coming to the conclusion that there's two different worlds. You got the reality, and then you have what's going on virtually. So I just want to put that out there too. I just think if this is where this is not where we're sowing all of our seeds. It doesn't sound like it. I think what's important is what's going on outside, what's going on around us, and the people that we can talk to, the people that we know, the people that we have relationships. And that's where this message is going to resonate a little bit better, I believe, where there's going to be some action.
so Miss Queen Bee, I'm calling you Miss Queen Bee because I love that your spirit, and I've been feeling you. I am going to just say this to you. Before I came to this app, I was already very positive about the future, and I was thinking, what I was realizing that I was talking about my own personal life. I was feeling pretty good about things that were going on. I have to admit that when I came to this app, and hear what I'm about to tell you, when I went to multiple pages of people that look like us, when I say multiple pages, multiple X spaces of people that looked like me, and heard the conversations that was all on these pages and everything, and heard. And then I was also going to other people's spaces that didn't look like me and hearing their conversation. I have to admit, I got I got a lot of feeling like, wow, we are in trouble. We are in trouble. And I'm
This
gonna
this has
say,
become a venting space.
yeah,
That's what this is. It's a venting space for all the things that a lot of these cats who they can't say and do the things that they say on here in their public real life spaces. Why? Because they're right under the hegemony. They're right under the supremacy that they speak of. And
yeah,
so
and
when they're at work and they see this, that, and the other going on, everything they in their mind, everything they're pointing to the white man. It's the
yeah,
problem. The reason why that white dude right there, this, that, and the other, you don't know nothing. You wasn't in the interview, you wasn't in nothing. But he did this because he's white. The reason why this happened to this dude over here, you don't know nothing of what went on or this, that, and the other. But it happened because he was black. They are stuck. They just can't say it and speak on. So they come here and they vent. And they
and
talk about the same thing over and over and over and over.
hey, Joe, you hit on something that really, we was in a re-up space, and it was like multiple people were talking about, how do you say, I don't use profanity unless I want to. I speak the way I speak. The way that I speak with you all here is the way that I speak everywhere I go. Okay. I don't have a different tone. Okay. What I was telling people, I said, they were saying, I said, I'm concerned about how y'all behave on these apps and the way that y'all communicate. So, a couple people was like, 3 or 4 of them was like, well, I talk this way and this and that. I say, so how do you talk when you in the presence of your workforce? Oh, I don't talk. I say so, and this is where it got it. So I say so when an incident comes up and you feel that you need to, I say do an incident or something comes up that you feel that you can, you don't like what's being said. Do you say anything? This is what they told. Well, I don't like talking in front of white people. Oh, now wait a minute. Oh, so okay. So now you're saying that when you in your workplace you're not as vocal and speaking your truth there. But you come here, leading to what you said, Joe. You come to these spaces and you whip, wah. But when you at your work, you sit there like a little mouse, okay, and don't say anything. Did you catch that? I'll say, oh, so you come here. I say, that's not how I operate. If it's something that go down and somebody say something I don't like, hey, I give my voice to it. Excuse me, I don't like what you're saying. Now, what you saying there? I don't sit there and go home and do you hear these white people that no? I speak my truth right then, right there about how I feel. Well, I don't like talking to white people like that. Okay. So that's the problem. Okay. You feel inadequate. Okay. You feel that you have a certain problem about how you are interacting whenever someone that don't look like you in the space. I mean, you in the room. Who are you hurting? Okay. You know, yeah. Oh, okay. Are you concerned about losing your job or what the case is? If something needs to be addressed, why are you not? Are you maybe? Oh, maybe because you don't know how to articulate it. You don't know how to. Here you go. That's self control. Maybe you don't know how to conduct yourself in that environment with a sense of self control and intelligence and get your point across. That's Joe. You said something earlier that I actually experienced from multiple people was complaining about their workplace and they work in a place where majority everybody white that they didn't feel comfortable talking around white people. That's a problem as far as I'm concerned. What you say, Queen B?
Yeah, I would agree. I think it's a generational thing as well. I think the majority of the people, at least in my network that I can tell, probably or maybe Gen Xers or millennials. So, and again, after listening to so many of them for so long, I kind of know who's serious and who's not. And so I tend to lean towards those individuals who are really working outside of just being on the app.
Right.
So, there's such thing as entertainment.
Yes.
And that you kind of got to take it for what it is.
Yeah.
You can't, it's like where
But-
am I going to get some serious conversation versus who's really serious? If I keep hearing the same thing all the time, and it's just this echo chamber and there's nothing really happening, then you just kind of
there have been some shake up and re-up spaces that has really done changed. And I like to say Carl and Joe, I like to say, and even Mr. Miles, I like to say that we've been a contributing factor to that because when I come in those spaces, if anybody then I come there, I don't curse nobody out. I speak with a sense of confidence of who I am. Okay. I don't need to run you down. But I've had to, I don't know if anybody, I've had to show because see, Joe, for a moment, and Carl know that for a moment now they were taking me what? They were playing me weak. Okay. Like, am I right, Joe?
Every now and then you got to,
am I right, Carl? Yeah.
What do we call it? Put your foot.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, they were taking me light. Okay, they kept coming at me.
They thought you was man light.
Yeah, they thought I was man light. Yeah, they kept coming at me. And I got my hat on. I had to take my hat off. I had to do that guy on the boat. That guy on the boat threw his hat up. Alabama threw his hat up. Okay, here. I don't know who y'all think y'all talking to. All right, but let me break it off on you real quick. And listen, can I be honest with y'all? It happened 4 times in one day that I ran down 4 people in one day 4 times that even they said, followers, oh my God, I didn't know you can do that. I mean, it was funny. I mean, talking about set the tone that look at here. I had to come out of my bag and let them know. All right. You got me twisted. Okay. You got me twisted. All right. Let me go ahead. Let me go ahead. And it just happened back to back. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it was funny. And I mean,
It was just something that had to
had to
happen,
happen.
because every now and then you got to let people know. So we getting to that time. It's 8:40, and I definitely want to make sure that we keep to the whole idea of we're here strong, but we're not here long. Um, and I want to make sure everybody gets a submission in just the same. Brother John, if you got anything you want to land with before we bounce, then
What about
now's
your
the
brother?
time. Your
Most
brother ain't
definitely.
spoke on this app yet. Anybody? He's usually driving trucks, so he's just listening.
Is that right?
So he drives back and forth throughout the week, and just had a baby a few weeks ago.
Congratulations.
So, shout out to Jahia. I believe I'm saying that right. But she's a sweet baby girl. And it is awesome. And so he's been pushing and pushing and pushing, trying to just you always think you think you can get ready for having kids.
Mm-hmm.
And you're never really ready. You know what I mean? And I share that with him because, again, a lot of us tend to think that you have to be ready, or you got to have this way, this that way, and you're never really ready. But either way, shout out to him and my new niece on this earth. But if there's anything else that anybody has to say, anybody wants to say or spit, as we go around and give our submissions, any last words, anything anybody wants to say before we bounce?
How do
outta
we
here?
move forward without getting tripped up? Who wants to drop on that little conversation and everything? And I want every one of you to be aware that this Sunday coming up, 3 o'clock, be looking for the X Space Sir Ludwig versus followers. Sir Ludwig versus followers. And we're going to be talking about
Is that going to be here?
It's going to be on X Space, yeah.
No,
What
I mean, is
time?
it going to be on
No.
our
It's going to
space?
be it's going to be certain 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be on his space, but I'm going to have co-hosts too. I already told him the only way you don't get to, we ain't playing that nonsense. You get the mutiny and all that nonsense. We ain't playing that nonsense, okay? So again, this Sunday, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, yours truly against Sir Ludwig. And we're going to be talking about the history. And I'm just being straight up with you. He's a tether, too. I'm going to use the term, he's a tether. He's born in Germany, been living in Chicago, and he got a whole lot of lip about.
Yeah, he does.
He got a whole lot of lip. I mean, I'm going to keep it one. I'm going to say it again. He got a whole lot of lip about what he think is best for black people. And I'm going, whoo. I'm gonna have some fun on this because he don't even realize who he's about to talk to. Matter of fact, he kind of do because I checked him already once or twice already. But what happened? Let me just let you know how he got there, and we can go ahead and close out. It was Friday. I was trying to, Friday. It was after 12, and I was coming off of one of the X Spaces thing, and I saw he was in the space. under Sir Ludwig. So I chime in there, and I was just sitting there listening, and he got all these white folks in there, and he comes out and say, "Yeah, I done challenged all these blacks on this space, on X space, re-up." He called re-up name, called multiple other black brothers' name and everything. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm listening to this. I'm like, so I came up off the mic. I said, and he took it, he brought me, I said, I challenge you. He was talking as if that nobody wanted to challenge him, and he done punked everybody out. Okay, hey Carl, hey Joe, you know me. Oh, I didn't like that at all. Hold up, Slick. Hey, what are you talking about? So I came up and told him in front of them, I challenge you. When you want to do it, he gonna say we could do it right now. I said, no, we ain't about to do it right now. No. I heard you. Let's plan and let's schedule it. Okay, let's schedule it. And so we got this. You know, I challenge you. Okay, I challenge you. All right, let's have the conversation. What are we gonna talk? We're gonna talk about what you like talking about. You like to talk about like you think you know how to talk about what the problem with black people. We won't talk about it. I'm gonna talk to you about that, and we're gonna talk about it. Okay. And that's how it all came about. So I'm looking forward to this conversation with him because he doesn't have a ground to stand on to act like he can come to America and gonna tell us what's going on with us and what's our problem. So, and that's how do we move forward without getting tripped up? You check people who think they know what they're talking about. You check them, okay? And I'm hoping I want to have so many of my young people there because I need them to see their elder come in there and handle, because they've been so afraid of Sir Ludwig. This man has put out some stuff out there that made a lot of them don't like going to his spaces. But that's not how you fix a problem. Am I right, Carl? You don't fix a problem by running from it. Am I right? You don't fix a problem from running from it. You face it, you deal with it, you look it straight in his face, you come straight at it, and you handle it.
I think Carl accidentally he messaged me, said he got kicked off or
okay.
Out, so.
If you want to handle a problem, you do not run from it. And this is what so many I noticed. And I think Queen B, you said something that I agree. The younger generation, they like to avoid, it's like they don't like conflict, okay? They don't want to deal with conflict, okay? They want to they want to give conflict, but they don't want to head conflict up, okay? Or it may be a sense that they may feel a little uncomfortable having that conversation, okay? I've learned that in the dominant culture, and I don't call them white, I don't like using color, I say within the dominant culture, you must handle them it's like playing a game of chess. You must handle them on the chessboard that they play. You got to handle them. You got to handle them on the table. You got to handle it, okay? You can't run from it. You got to handle it, okay? And so I'm looking forward to that. All right.
I say a fight or flight when it comes to people like Sir Ludwig. And so I think for me, we as a community do have some issues going on with us, but I just kind of look at it through my spiritual eyes too. And I think, and this is kind of where I have disagreement with some people and their approach with this, is that sin is sin, don't matter who's doing it.
Right. That's
so
right.
you can't just be always beating up on our people.
Right.
That's where I part ways with a lot of people, because it's like, hold up. You got to call a thing a thing, and it ain't just us. Right. You got to call it all out. Right. So anyway, But anyway, I just wanted to say my final words are, I'm glad I came to the space tonight. This is the second one I've attended. And like I said, I'm very selective about where I spend my time, and I always like to make sure there's a purpose. Yeah, well, follow me. I'll follow you back.
I
Um,
follow you. I think I do follow you. Oh no, I
I
don't.
don't. I
Okay.
don't think so.
I just
Yeah.
did. I just did. I just did.
Yeah, and one thing I do want to say, and you know, so thank you for that additional information. Because yeah, that's going to prompt me to go back and take a look
Yes, ma'am.
at Freedman Nation. But I also would like to say too, you know, one of the organizations that I belong to, I just haven't really got active with them yet because of the meetings, but I think they're really good teachers, and that's the BTP Brothers. I want to give shout out to them too. I think they do some
Who
very
are
good
they?
work.
What does that stand for?
They do some good work. Be the Power.
Oh, Be the Power.
Be
Okay.
the Power, yeah. And they do some pretty good work, and they are people that aren't just on the app, but they are actually out in the community. They're moving legislation, they're doing education, they're doing all kinds of things. That's Naeem's group. So, and there's some
Oh,
pretty,
Naeem. Okay. I
yeah,
know
there's some
Naeem.
some pretty intelligent brothers, very
Yeah, yeah.
scholarly, very, very well studied.
Yeah,
So,
Naeem and I have already had our conversations. We're growing. We're getting to know one another.
yeah, I think his organization, I think that group of young men is headed in the right directions. So
Okay.
that would be my recommendation there. Like I said, there's not a lot of folks I would associate or affiliate with. A lot of it is entertainment for me.
Yes.
Every now and then I'll come and I'll take a mic and I'll say something, you know, but it's
Right.
like, you know, is this entertainment, or I'll go ahead and I'll say something because I feel like I got to say it, because I feel a lot of those spaces are political. So I kind of go in there with skepticism anyway. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. They just caping for this party.
You're right. Right.
And if I go, yeah, so I'm gonna call it out, or I'm gonna give my opinion. That's usually where I am. You're not gonna see me in there arguing and all that kind of stuff. So, because it doesn't it does me no good to argue with people who already I'm not gonna sway their mind. They're already getting paid or whatever the case is. So I leave that alone. So I've learned that as well. But I do feel like, yeah, you have persuaded me to go back and take a look at this.
And I appreciate that.
Yeah, because I do. And another thing, I'm going to keep an eye on what's going on in Louisville. I was supposed to go down there tomorrow, but I decided I would go next week because my parents still live there. I have family there in Louisville.
So you could, so you when you come to Louisville, maybe you maybe my favorite restaurant I like hanging out. Have you eaten at Mesh?
Where is it located? It sounds familiar.
Barch on Brownsville Road.
I think
Mesh.
Yeah, because we went. I think that's where we took my mother for Mother's Day. Maybe
that's probably
for brunch. Yeah. That wasn't one of Junior Bridgman's places, was it?
Yeah. No, I don't know. No. That's Junior Bridgman have the seafood place that's in the.
Well, no, he has an Italian place too.
Yeah, the Italian. That's what I mean. It's Italian. Yeah. That's
y'all talking about
Westport Road.
No, it's out there in Crescent. What's it called? Out there, Springhurst or whatever.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Westport Road, right there. Yeah.
Westport Road. Yeah, Springhurst. Yeah.
So and you know why I like Mesh? You know why I like Mesh?
It's a nice place.
Yeah, but I'm gonna give you the reason why. MESH is the 4 letters of my first name.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I guess that would.
MESH, Michon. So the first time I went there, I and then I like the atmosphere, I like the food. I said, yeah, this representing me. So when I blow up, I might have to make them go ahead and put the ORN on it. Go put the ORN. We call it Michon.
Yeah, I haven't been there in a while because we were. I don't want to take up too much of your space. You got some more people.
Oh, we have fun. Go ahead.
But yeah, I had we went there for Mother's Day a couple of years ago. But then we were giving my mother a surprise birthday party last November. And that was one of the places that I looked into, having her party. But we ended up going to Capitol Grill instead.
Okay.
Wish I hadn't done that, but whatever.
Was that Capitol Grill? You talking about the one that's right there on
the one off next to Oxmoor Center?
Yeah. Tell me, okay, just quickly, is that
all right? I mean, this is what they got DMs for. Literally. Yeah. I mean,
Well,
you know,
it's not
come on
often.
now.
It's not often. I know there's a few people that stay down that area. I think Elder's down there too, right? Elder's.
Yeah. He's down this
Yeah,
way.
yeah, not very many. And like I said, I'm up in the Cincinnati area now. I'm in northern Kentucky. So,
Okay.
but I do go to Louisville a lot, and then I used to live out in the East End.
Okay.
So,
All right.
so I'm familiar.
Well, we live in the
with
East End
everything.
right now. My wife and we spray the Springhurst. We live out that way. All right.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. So
All right, it's that
Anybody
time.
else? Anybody else? Anybody else? Anyone else? Anyone else? Oh Lord, look who done showed up, brother.
Why do I be? Why is it always this late stuff?
You know, let this brother done showed up.
It's the
We
cats
about
that be
to.
wanting to go to like 3, 4, 5 in the morning.
Yeah. These
They've been
guys like
spacing
talking.
forever.
No. We don't talk like that. You know, we scheduled. Okay. We just don't come here and just talk, and talk. Nah,
Okay,
nah, we scheduled. And we gonna be here 3 hours, 3 hours the max, and we out of here. All right. So
and we try to make it 2, and that's
you
where
wanna
we
try
at
to-
right
yeah,
now.
we try to
We
make
at
it
that
2.
second hour, and it's done for. Because you know, people got other lives. Anybody ever think about that? Like, what could you be learning right now? Trump raised the visas, the work visas to what, $100K, used to be like $2-5 grand, something like that. Companies were sitting there buying all these Indians and everybody everywhere and bringing them in and underpaying them, under market value.
Them. Yeah.
All right, they still making 6 figures in a lot of cases.
I know.
I mean, some of them as they reach, you know, those higher heights. But you know, Humana and man, I used to live out Stony Brook, and right there at the gas station, right there on like Hurstbourne and Taylorsville Road, it's a gas station right there. It would be like 30 Indians standing there, and they getting on the bus to go down to Humana to work IT.
Right.
I'm not even exaggerating.
No, I know you're not. You're not.
I'm saying this is a time when we talk about moving forward. There is an opportunity right here. Y'all want to close some of the racial gap? I mean, some of the wage gaps. Hey, right now, do y'all notice some of the highest paying jobs and careers don't even require high school diplomas? You don't need a high school diploma to get a cybersecurity certificate. You can go on Google and you can go on Google and pay $50 a month and do about 6 months worth of Coursera or whatever that is, and get your cybersecurity certificate and get your entry level position, and you work your entry level position for a little bit, and then you jump up to a higher position with a different company. There is an opportunity right there. Why? Because these companies ain't about to be paying $100,000 for the same cash that they was paying $5 grand or less for them visas. So guess what? There's an opportunity. It just needs more of us to get involved.
Be willing to get off their ass, stop whining, and go get it. Okay, God.
Yeah, you can get. So you know that's what I'm talking about when we talk about move forward. Without getting tripped up. Hey, you know, I seen people's mentality change and shift once they actually have something of value. Once they have some money that and assets and things that they're trying to protect, hey, their mentality begins to change. It makes
you change your mentality, doesn't it? Make you walk a little different.
Because you don't want nobody coming in and taking it. You ain't trying to lose it. You know,
right.
You know what I mean? You trying to protect it.
That's
so
right.
So mentality begins to shift. But with that being said, it has been a fantastic show.
HB, you want to come up and say anything? You know I'm messing with him. But if he won't say nothing, we're going to be back here. Go ahead, Joe. We're going to be back here tomorrow.
We'll be here tomorrow, 7 p.m. Again, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 7 p.m. And we will see y'all tomorrow, 7 p.m. It is the I Ain't Your Black Show. Mr. Just Ask Joe, Uncle Me Sean, you got Brother Carl Wagner. Peace, everybody. We'll see y'all tomorrow.